watching tool videos and whatever else I'm doing, I bought this also. It is a sharpening stone, which looks like there's a, actually now that I can see it, now that I notice it, there's a, I don't know if you can see it, it's kind of a line and mill, so I'm guessing this is a fine stone, this is a coarse one. It looks pretty cool. It's in decent shape. It's just covered with some schmuck in here. Believe it or not, I didn't have to use the pliers or anything to unscrew this. Just a that and that. It's a bit worn. You can tell it's got a little bit of a bow in it. The vendor had like a 50% off thing. I think it was like $6 or $7, and I was like, hey, why not? You can never have too many sharpening stones. Sharpening stones are very useful. You could sharpen all kinds of shit with it. What I sharpen with it right now? What? I don't know. But I'm actually, you know what? Watch. I got a knife here I could try. I was grinding tile on this knife here. Let's try this out. Yeah, like that's gonna do anything. By no means follow me when it comes to sharpening stuff, because I don't know what the hell, but I was never good at sharpening. I remember my grandfather telling me his friend used to be a butcher, I think, and he used to sharpen stuff so sharp that he'd have to dull it out. It was like dangerous. And then growing up, my grandfather, same person, same grandfather, used to take the steak knives or kitchen knives, and he'd break all the, what do you call it? All the tips off them, because he didn't want anybody dropping them on their feet. And I don't know how many times, like, even though I wouldn't do that, but he'd buy like brand new steak knives, and I remember my grandmother complaining because they'd just get them and he would just lop the tips off. And we're like, what the hell? And sure enough, like in my kitchen, I don't know how many times I dropped knives on the floor. I'm like, maybe I should do like my grandfather did, just break all the tips off. But before I had a house, I was buying Henkel's German-made steel kitchen knives, and they were, there's no way in hell I'm going to chop the goddamn tips off. Screw that crap. But yeah, he taught my cousin Casey how to sharpen knives really good. My cousin Casey and Dave, they were experts at it. Mind you, I think they sat there more with him. He showed him, he'd do a coarse sharpen, then a finer one, He showed them a lot more. Like, I remember my grandfather showed me a few times, and I'd watch, but I can never get this shit down. I was a sad freaking knife sharpener where all I know is twirl it around a little. Yeah, make it look good. Make it look like you know what you're doing. And eventually, if you keep that shit straight, it might stay straight. But anyway, I got this. It's cool. I'm always buying sharpening stones. If anybody has any suggestions on how you clean a sharpening stone, I have no idea. This one looks like it's covered in crud. So I'm like, it's not rusty, so I can't vapor rust it. I'm guessing I could wash it in water. I mean, it won't hurt a stone. Maybe scrub it in some degreaser, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, that's the other thing I bought. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe.